What do you think we mainly mean when we say a good person? Some say a good person is someone who never harms anyone. Others believe that to be good, you must constantly make great sacrifices. But in reality, a good person is someone who adds value both to their own life and to the lives of others. They bring calmness, trust, and warmth to the people around them. A good person rejoices at others' success instead of feeling jealous. If someone needs help, they reach out their hand. Instead of getting angry over mistakes, they show understanding. Sometimes, to avoid hurting others, they stay silent or step back. But they never lose the purity in their heart. Maybe right now you're wondering, do I have these qualities? Maybe you do, but you simply take them as ordinary behavior. In truth, this is proof of the beauty and humanity inside you. Now let's look together. Do you have these 7 key signs of being a good person? If by the end of the video you say yes to most of these signs, it means you are a more valuable person than you think. Without wasting time, let's start with the first sign. This sign is having a strong ability for empathy. Empathy isn't just feeling pity for someone. Empathy means feeling the emotions of the other person with your own heart. Seeing what they see, hearing what they hear, and experiencing what they experience as if it were happening to you. This is one of the strongest signs of being a good person. Sometimes this feels completely natural to you. For example, you come home tired from work and want to rest, but a friend calls and says they need to talk. You don't just say, "I'm resting now," and hang up. You sit and listen, because you know if they don't have someone to hear their voice and share their pain, their burden will only grow heavier inside. Or when you're walking down the street and see a stranger's eyes filled with sadness and helplessness, most people would just pass by, but you stop and wonder quietly, I wonder what their trouble is. Even if you can't do anything, a softness, a warmth arises in your heart for them. Not everyone has this, because empathy isn't just hearing with your ears, it's listening with your heart. It's seeing the silence behind people's words, the sorrow behind their smiles. Sometimes this ability tires you a little because you take on the pain others feel. Their sadness seems to affect you too. But see, this is proof of how pure and sensitive a person you are. Because good people don't only think about their own lives, they want the people around them to be good too. Remember, many people talk, but few really listen. Many look, but few truly see. You are one of those who see, listen, and feel. This is the clearest sign of the strength of humanity in your heart. Yes, empathy can sometimes hurt you, but at the same time, it brings light to the lives of those around you. Because of you, people do not feel alone. And believe me, making even one person in this world feel less alone is one of the most beautiful kinds of goodness anyone can do. The second sign is that good people never give up on honesty. Honesty is one of the unchanging pillars of a good person. It doesn't just mean avoiding lies. Honesty means telling the truth even when it's difficult. Keeping your word and staying true to your conscience. Speaking the truth is not always easy. Sometimes the truth can hurt someone, damage relationships, or even provoke reactions against you. But you know that no relationship built on lies can be strong. A lie may seem like an easy way out at first, but it slowly eats away at a person's inner self. A person who tells one lie has to make up others to protect it, turning it into a chain that never ends. You are one who breaks this chain, because the voice of your conscience is louder than anything else for you. You understand that the truth can sometimes be bitter, but the deception and betrayal that come with lies are deeper and more destructive. Honesty is not only about being sincere with others, but also about being truthful with yourself. It means admitting your mistakes, accepting your shortcomings, and being able to say, I couldn't do this. Many see this as a weakness, but in reality, it is a sign of great strength. Because lying to yourself is the most dangerous trick, and you are far from that. Your honesty gives people trust. They know that your words and actions align. What you say is what you truly feel in your heart. This gives people a sense of comfort around you because they know you won't deceive them or stray from sincerity. Sometimes you have faced difficulties because of this trait. Some have asked you, do you really need to be this open? But over time, everyone understands that your honesty is a protective shield. The truth may seem harsh at first, but it saves a person from wounds caused by years of deception and lies. The third sign, you never withhold a helping hand. One of the most beautiful signs of being a good person is acting without hesitation when someone needs help. For you, there is no measure. Sometimes you make a great sacrifice. Other times you simply say a kind word. But both are equally valuable in your eyes. Because you don't judge goodness by size. Your main intention is pure. Sometimes you have your own work and plans. But when someone needs you, you put them aside. This is not something everyone can do. Many say, I don't have time, or I'll do it later, and pass by. But you know that sometimes the help someone needs right now can be too late if given tomorrow. Helping is not just financial support. Sometimes listening to someone, sharing their pain, giving advice, or just being there. That is the greatest support. You understand this, and that's why you give your full effort to be there for the person in need. Maybe you don't see your actions as very big. You think, I just did what was necessary. But sometimes a gesture small to you can be life-changing for the person receiving it. Because when you do good, you're not just beautifying that moment. You're giving that person hope that good people still exist in the world. And even if this kindness never returns, you still do it. Because you understand the value of helping without expecting anything in return. Often, you don't even tell others about the help you give. You don't do good for show. You do it to truly help. With this quality, you become a point of trust for the people around you. They know they can turn to you when things get tough. This is not just being a good friend. This is the finest example of being a human. The fourth sign, you are patient and understanding. Of course, life isn't always easy. The difficulties we face, the mistakes of others, unexpected events can sometimes frustrate us or even lead to despair. But being a good person means that in those moments, you don't lose the ability to be patient. Patience is not just about waiting for time to pass. It means showing understanding toward others, forgiving their mistakes and not judging them immediately. Everyone has weaknesses. Everyone can make mistakes. But you know that being harsh and condemning others for their faults is a sign of inner smallness, whereas approaching them with understanding is a sign of true greatness. Sometimes being patient is very hard. When you hear hurtful words or face injustice, it feels like you are burning with anger, but you manage yourself because you know that anger and frustration only make the situation worse and harm both you and others. Being patient also means giving people time and chance to change. Sometimes a person who wrongs you is simply lost, trying to find the right way. By showing patience, you give them a second chance. How beautiful a gesture that is. The power of understanding is hidden not in words, but in actions. You try not only to hear what someone says, but also to understand why they behave the way they do. This makes you calmer and more compassionate. People feel comfortable around you because your patience and understanding give them trust. They know you will listen, won't judge their mistakes, and will allow them time to change. This is a great gift you give to those around you. Being a good person is not just about saying nice words. It is about staying patient in every situation, showing mercy toward others' weaknesses, and embodying the most beautiful side of humanity. The fifth sign, you can genuinely rejoice in others' success. This is often one of the traits that tests people the most and reveals their weaknesses. Jealousy and envy are widespread in the world. Sometimes people lose themselves and fail to see the happiness of others. But for a good person, it is different. You sincerely understand that every success someone achieves spiritually enriches you as well. Another person's happiness lights up your own life, and sharing it is a great source of joy for you. This makes you generous both with yourself and with others. Sometimes you wonder, what about my own success? But you know that someone else's shining does not diminish your own light. On the contrary, it shows you the way, inspires you, and pushes you forward. For you, there is no competition, only solidarity and mutual support. This quality makes you stand out among the people around you. They feel comfortable knowing you will not envy them or overshadow their achievements. When you are with them, They walk more confidently, feeling valued and at ease. Sometimes you may find it difficult to behave this way. Small doubts and uncertainties may arise inside you, but what sets you apart is that you try to overcome them. You know that rejoicing is a grace that comes from the heart, and nurturing this grace is one of the most beautiful aspects of humanity. Remember, if you can genuinely rejoice in someone else's happiness, it means you show deep respect both for yourself and for those around you. This is a human quality that should never be lost. And finally, know this: your feeling shows not only that you are a good person, but also that you have the power to change the world. Because joy grows when it is shared, and you are the purest and strongest carrier of that joy. The sixth sign of being a good person is standing by your word. Yes, it's easy to make a promise, but standing behind the promise you give is one of the hardest, yet most valuable qualities. You can do this because you know that a word should exist not only on the tongue but also in the heart. Keeping your word is the greatest source of respect and trust for a person. Anyone can make a promise, but few keep it. You are different. Your friends, colleagues, and family know that you follow through on what you say. You align your words with your actions, and this makes you a reliable and solid person. Sometimes people tell you it's very hard to be a person who keeps their word. Yes, sometimes it is hard, because making a promise is not just a momentary decision, but a long-term responsibility. To keep your word, sometimes you have to sacrifice your comfort, your time, even your desires, but you do it. You know very well that failing to keep your promise is not just breaking a vow, it means breaking the other person's trust, and once trust is lost, restoring it is the hardest task. That's why you think carefully before making a promise, because for you, a word is a sacred bond. Also, you are a person who keeps your promises not only to others, but also to yourself. You stay faithful to the promises you make to yourself. You admit your mistakes and make corrections if needed. This also earns you self-respect. Because of your unity of word and deed, people around you trust you deeply. They feel comfortable talking to you because they know you are not only someone who promises, but also someone who keeps their word. This creates unshakable bonds in relationships. Honesty and keeping your word also make you a role model. People learn from watching you. Your behavior and principled stance draw them toward goodness and sincerity. Being a good person is not just about having a good character. It means understanding the weight of your word and taking responsibility for the promises you make. Because you do this, you are also a pillar of trust in people's lives. Remember, a person who keeps their word is the strongest foundation of friendship, business relations, and family ties, and this shows your identity and value in the best way possible. Finally, the seventh sign of being a good person is being able to see beauty in small things. In life, we often talk about big deeds and great successes, but you know well that the greatest happiness sometimes hides in very simple things. For example, watching the colors in the sky at sunset, drinking warm tea in cool weather. These may seem like very simple moments, but you see them differently. You know, these little things are the most beautiful parts of life. These simple moments we encounter every day soothe our souls and make us happy. Sometimes people forget these beauties in the fast pace of life, but you are different. You can pause, look, and feel these simple beauties. This ability makes you calmer and more content. Because you know, happiness is not found in big achievements, but in everyday small moments. There is great joy in the little opportunities we are given each day. Even on tough days, you can see these small beauties. They give you strength and hope. What may be ordinary to others is a source of happiness for you. That's why you teach those around you to see these small beauties too, showing them how to live life with love and appreciation. In this way, you make your own life more beautiful and also bring light to the lives of those around you. People love you because you show them life with a different and beautiful perspective. Being a good person is not just about doing great things. It is about finding beauty in the small moments of life. Dear viewer, if you see most of these 7 signs in yourself, it means you are a good person. This is a great source of happiness and pride, because being a good person is not only about doing great things, It means carrying pure intentions in your heart, being sincere, and approaching those around you with love. Remember, being a good person does not require magnificent or grand deeds. The small acts of kindness we do every day, the understanding, honesty, and empathy we show to others, these are the most valuable steps that change our lives and our world. As you live these values in your own life and heart, you become a source of light for those around you. The waves of love and understanding you show to others gradually spread wider, and this world becomes a little more beautiful and compassionate. So at every moment of your life, in your daily experiences, remember these 7 signs and never tire of working on yourself. Because being a good person is an endless path, a continuous journey. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way, together we can create and share more useful and inspiring content. Like the video, share it with your friends, and write your thoughts in the comments. Your experiences and opinions are very important to us. Let's be better people together and change our world with love. See you in the next video.